Hey.
City light, yeah. Sipping on some syrup, I feel Canadian. City light, I might specify.
You listen to the lyrics, it's so accurate. Betting fights, sipping on syrup. You did his homework, Kyle.
Yeah, he did. It's awesome. I love this tune.
Oh, man. Welcome back, everybody, to the City Life Project YouTube channel for the second stream of Kyle and I just chilling with you guys of the year. We said on the New Year's stream that we're going to be doing more of these, so alas, here we are. Expect more of these. Expect more from just Kyle doing his photo editing and his, well, straight up live photography. Expect more fight streams this week as the UFC is back. But how we doing, Kyle? How we doing?
Good. Just enjoying this chill Sunday, hanging out with my buds on the YouTube channel. And yeah, it's been a busy weekend, though.
You got a chair. You're no longer sitting on an amp.
Dude, look at this thing.
Look at this.
Right?
Dude, nice. You got some good lumbar support there as well, I think.
Oh, yeah, buddy. It's comfortable. $100. My wonderful wife bought it for me so that I'm not hunched over like this. So thank you, Jen, for hooking me up.
Yo, what's good, Fishing with H? It's good to see you, buddy.
What up? Hey, I watched some of your videos, by the way. I totally checked you out, and I love the stuff. I subscribed on my Swallowed by the Sea YouTube channel, and I believe we're also subscribed with the City Life channel. So keep up the good work. Can't wait to see more from you, bud.
So Fishing with H was asking if he could use some of your music for his
100%. You can totally do that. I have some. I have one that's unreleased. Nobody's heard yet. So I can totally fire that off to you, and it might strike it when I put it on Spotify, but I might be able to just adjust it so it doesn't bug anything for YouTube. So I'll
some Trench Finger songs too, because Trench Finger I think was fun.
Yeah, Trench Finger, I think we've used a bunch of that. Some of my Mudge stuff works, but I can't guarantee all of it because they do. When you put it up on Spotify, basically they ask you whether or not you want it to target YouTube if it uses your stuff. And all that means is that anytime that, say, you use my music, I get paid as a musician. That's all it means. So it does take monetization away from your particular video if you use it, but it means I get paid for my work too. So I'll send you all of my stuff. I'll send you some stuff that won't be stricken, and then I'll send you the other stuff too. And you got full permission to use any of my music that you want. No worries.
What's up, guys? Second in the chat and first like. Yes, smash that like button, guys. How's both your weekends going? Just finishing dinner. Weekend was going good. Watched some fights. Honestly, I didn't really have a busy weekend at all. I've just been sick, man. I was sick over the holidays with the freaking global flu. Again, round 2, and then I don't. Maybe this was just like the second wind of it. I don't know, but like the last couple of days, I haven't gone like full on John's mom sick yet. Like, but I've been fighting it. You know, when you're fighting it and you got like a little bit of sniffles and like your throat hurts a bit, but you're not there yet. You're not giving in. That's where I'm kind of at right now. So I've just kind of kept it easy. Just hit out, watch some boxing, watch some
That's
fights.
A good place to be, at least. Like, you don't want to have one of those man colds where you're like, oh, help me.
Mom, I need help. Nice chair. Hockey from Home, by the way, exclusive member of our channel. So shout out to you.
What up? Yeah, thank you. I actually love it. It's way more comfortable than my Line 6 over there. Look at that.
I got this for $30.
It's not comfortable at all. This is way more better.
I got this for $30.
$30?
Yeah, and the guy who sold it to me was he was this older guy, and he actually rode motorcycles and did a ton of trips up through Manitoba, and then he did like Oregon Coast and Vancouver Island in the 80s. So I got talking about that. He was thrilled that I was moving to the States, though. He was very much of America. Fuck yeah.
I gotta be honest. Like, sometimes I'm jealous that you live down in the US of A.
Yeah, well, look, there's good things and bad things, just like good things and bad things in Canada right now. It's
true.
Yeah.
True enough. Except, dude, you can, like, being an American citizen, you could go move to California. if you wanted to, or you
I could, but taxes are almost as bad there as on the island right now. So I mean, bro, I got eggs the other day for $1.05. I got a full groceries in, and then mind you, this is USD, but like still, like got an American account now. Like $25, and I like that was a whole week's of groceries, and I'm just like,
I just bought like 4 items today. I bought pop, 2 things of oatmeal, and mushrooms, and it was like $46.
It's crazy, man. Even my dad's been complaining about it, and he doesn't like complain about much. He's kind of a quiet, reserved guy. How your stream got a copyright strike on the World Juniors? Well, A, did you show content that you weren't supposed to show? And B, if not, you can fight it then, because there was a lot of people on YouTube who were showing the game illegally, and so they just did a clean sweep of all those channels. And because you probably had live stream in your title, this happened with us in like a couple of times with like UFC streams. So you can definitely fight it. You can get the strike removed, you can get the video back, and you'll be fine. Welcome to being a YouTuber and dealing with YouTube's bullshit, Hockey from Home.
Yeah, it's all learning.
You fired up your new motor today, and she's nice. It must be nice living down there, Florida, if I'm not mistaken. You get to fish year. I mean, Kyle could fish year round, but fishing gets to year round.
Dude, I want to fish in Florida so bad. That would be just unreal. And I really want to try cat fishing. Like, I want to use my hand and grab them by their gills. I just think that would be so cool. I've seen some videos of that. And also, fishing with H. I just want to mention, dude, I want to see some fly fishing out of you. Go and get a fly rod, and you and me, we will do fly fishing one day.
I forget, living with you, big fly fisherman? Yeah. I mean, it's that time of year, Hockey from Home. It's that time of year. That amp is crazy. Which one, the Marshall or the one you were sitting on?
The Marshall. This thing is like a $3,000 amp. So this is my JVM 210H, and that thing, when you crank it to 11, it goes. The other one is a Line 6 Spider 2, and it's okay. It's a solid state amp. It's not tubed, so it's just not. Doesn't have that nice, cool, warm tone to it.
I have that semi-tube crate. Actually, I might have sold it before I moved, but what was it? Fender Blues Junior. That's the amp I still want to this day. And it's like even though it's a smaller amp, it's a tube amp, but it's still like it's like $1,000 or like $700 to $1,000.
It's a good amp.
No, it's restricted view. Again, you can fight it, Hockey from Home. If you didn't do anything wrong, you can fight it. The same explanation applies. Oh, North Carolina, but he go to vacation in Florida. Okay, that's right. I knew it was either or, but I was like, I just literally watched a few videos of him in Florida fishing, so I was like, fuck, I think he's in Florida. But regardless,
still living in a cool spot, I think.
I got a fly rod. I'm going to the mountains in the summer. There you go. He's gonna hit up some of those rivers up in the mountains.
What are you fishing for in the mountains? It's probably going to be trout, right, of some sort. Let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I used to fish the mountains in Alberta all the time, which is very much like, it's the same as Montana. We get West Slope, cutthroat, and rainbows, brown trout, that kind of thing. It's pretty sweet.
God, I love rainbow trout, man. Oh, I miss that. That was what my grandpa caught. Usually when he came in, fished up in northern BC, like near Vanderhoof, Prince George. God, I forget one of them, but anyways. So did you? No, I'm going. I got to get dinner and stuff after this stream here, but it was a super thin weekend of fights, so we didn't do a lot of fight companions over the weekend. We squeezed in a few, and I mean, the boxing matches were good yesterday, but these frigging California refs, man, twice they ended the fight early. The first one wasn't too bad. It was in the 8th round. One guy Diaz was getting his ass kicked, but he hadn't been knocked down at all throughout the 8 rounds. And I thought it was a standing count, because he basically got hit with it's a 3 or 4 punch combo, but one of the hooks and uppercuts, like you could see, like he was rocked by it. And I thought like the ref came in to give him again his first count of the entire fight, waved the fight off. So I was like, oh, that sucks, because this guy was 2 rounds from going the distance at least. And we had some guys in our live chat, shout out TJ, who he had money on it going the distance, and he asked me live, he's like, do you think this guy can go the distance? I was like, he hasn't got dropped yet, and he seems tough as nails. So yeah, smash that. And then like the ref ends the fight. And I was like, oh, I feel terrible about that. And then in the main event, the favorite one, which fine, but it wasn't a fight. Like he landed a 4-punch combo on this guy, rocked him a little bit. And again, first round didn't knock him down. His opponent goes into the ropes, literally blocks. He had a good high guard, blocked every single high shot from Ortiz Jr. And 2 shots to the body, ref comes in, ends the fight. We're like, we're like a minute 50 in max. And I was like, really? This was the main event. Ortiz been out for 14 months. He's 19-0, 19 knockouts. Let's see him actually fight. And they gave it to this guy. I don't know if the ref was just trigger hungry. Apparently he is. Again, I'm not a big boxing guy, more MMA, Muay Thai, and kickboxing. But it sucked to see, man. Like it was such a buzzkill, especially being the main event.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yep.
So you are going for rainbow trout then, fishing with H. Those are a lot of fun. We have a rainbow trout out here that is ocean-bearing rainbow trout. So what they do is they breed in the rivers and then they go out to the ocean and they become steelhead, which turn out to be big, huge. They get as big as salmon. They can be like 30 pounds plus. They're pretty epic. Oh, dude, yeah. But they're called the fish of 10,000 casts. So they're very hard to get. And they're kind of, I don't want to say that they're rare, but it's strange because they do go out to the ocean and they live with all the salmon and they go in schools with the salmon. They're basically a salmon, but nobody ever really catches them out in the ocean. It's like a strange thing. They're very hard to get out there. And when they come into the rivers, they're picky, but they're aggressive. So pretty cool fish.
Fishing with H. I'm trying to find one that's YouTube friendly, like on YouTube, but I opened up Twitter by accident, and it is full on John's mom naked man on Twitter. So it was a good thing I didn't share the screen there because that would have, like, the channel would have gone shut down. I mean, you can barely see his, what's going on there, and I think that was the running joke
his
here.
Lure?
But his lure, yes, thank you. But yes, I don't know, Kyle, did you see that video?
I didn't see that, but that's you know what? Good on him for trying it out.
Not good on him. It's indecent exposure. Not that there was much there, but still. He cannonballed into the water there. I'm trying to find. Okay, I got a news story here. Let me let me share. Let's watch it, right? It's on YouTube, so we're good. At least I'm crossing my fingers here, Kyle. Give me one sec. But if you haven't even heard this story, this is from it's only like a 20-second clip from WGN News.
Did it happen in Florida? Everything good happens in Florida.
Dude, the best Florida man stories.
Took off all of his clothes. Man made quite a splash at a Bass Pro Shop when he swam naked in a giant aquarium. Police say he crashed his car in the parking lot, took off all of his clothes, and went inside the shop in Leeds, Alabama.
So he was drunk.
He jumped into the water, cannonball. After swimming for a few minutes, he jumped.
Cannonball! Can I get a Hoya?
Landing on the concrete floor where 2 police officers waited. He faces several charges, including public lewdness and criminal mischief. Man-made.
Oh my goodness. Wait, really?
Stuff. That's nice free entertainment for all of us.
I want to catch
family friendly though, but
no. Again, if you look it up on Google and click a Twitter link, like tread lightly is all I'm going to say. He is exposed. I want to catch some topwater sea bass and drum this summer.
Sea bass is fun. I've caught a few of them out here, but nothing top water. They're usually, generally speaking, rock fish out this way, but they are good eating if you get them.
Imagine shopping, you look over and see Buddy just like, cannonball!
I mean, I'm sure there were a few people that brought their phones out to post shorts on YouTube.
I mean, I saw it on Twitter before. I heard about it on Twitter before anything. That's where I first heard about it, yeah.
Unreal.
Well, hey, just you can find it on Google. Hog from Home. You can find it on Google. I did a quick search and I found way too much than I ever dreamed of.
More than you wanted to see today. Eh?
Yeah. But we got a few things we can talk about here, Kyle. I know that you've been busy posting on the channel. You've been busy taking photos, editing photos, and actually filming some video stuff too. So yeah, just a little update on what you got going on, and to answer the age-old question that people are now asking me, even on my fight streams, is it easy to be a photographer? And let's start there.
Okay, that's a good question. It is easy to be a photographer if you have the eye for it, but I also think that that is a learned deal. Like, you can, I'll put it into perspective, okay? So I first started taking photos with my brother on Christmas, I guess it was Christmas Day, 2019. So I've only actually been at it for like 5 years now. And the first day we went out, I took some shots that I was actually, even still, I'm like pretty happy with. But you learn things as you progress. So there's something called the photo triangle, where you have aperture, ISO, and your shutter speed. So using this triangle, you will figure out over time how to manage that to get better photos. So like everything, photography takes practice, but all you need is a simple camera, a cheap Canon EOS, whatever, with the kit lens to start, and you just go out and have fun with it. Spray and pray, take it home to Lightroom or Adobe Photoshop, play with it, and I promise you that you will get something good. So to answer your question, yes, photography is easy. To do it professionally, not as easy. You got to be pretty good, and people have expectations about what they want from you and what they want to see, and you have to be able to produce, because obviously they're paying you good money for the product. So I would say that it's best to take your time, practice, 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 and then when you feel confident enough, you can do things like I did. Get your buddy that owns a photography company to bring you on as a second shooter on a wedding to start out with professional stuff or engagement shoots. So I've done that. I still am not a professional photographer as far as the monetary gain standpoint. I do get paid to do photography from time to time, but I have yet to take the leap to open a business. So I'll let that segue into what I'm doing currently for our channel and for other people's channels and all that kind of stuff. Thanks to Isha here, getting me into YouTube a couple years ago when we first started the City Life channel. I have segued a little bit with my photography into cinematography and videography. So lately what I've been trying to do is create shorts so that I have some entertainment for all of you that is under a minute that you can absorb frequently. So couple weeks ago, I guess this was maybe even last weekend, I shot a barbershop ASMR video, which you can find on our channel, and we will link in the description if you like, but you just have to go into our shorts and you'll find it. It's like right up at the top. So I'll be doing a lot more of those with my brother Colby, who has his own YouTube channel at The Cranky Barber. If you want to check out some of his stuff, he has some European adventures up there. So if you want to see what Prague and Český Krumlov and Albania and Greece are like, then you can go and check out his channel for that, and there will be more barbershop ASMR stuff. I also this weekend, just yesterday, shot a video for my mom, who owns a staging company. So we're utilizing this as an advertisement for her business, and I will be doing more of those for her. I've also set up sometime in February, I will be shooting for Bloom Tattoo, and we are going to go in and do a short video on the tattoo process. We're probably going to do a short on the tour of their wonderful tattoo shop. You can find them, I believe, at Bloom Tattoo on Instagram. They also have a website. Check them out. Brandy and Sydney are both absolutely phenomenal fine line tattoo artists and are very well known in the tattoo community. So there will be some stuff from their shop as well. And I'm open to a lot more different styles of creating shorts and just the cinematography. So I'll be doing a lot of that kind of stuff, but we'll also be trying to set up a little bit more product photography and that kind of thing. So as Isha said, I'll be doing some live streams on here, just kind of showing you my process. And again, I'm not a super professional, so I'm learning all the time. So don't take my words as, set in stone. I think that you could probably learn more from many other people, such as Peter McKinnon. sorry to name drop Pete, but he is absolutely fantastic. So you can check out some of his content on YouTube. And there's many others. So depending on the type of photography you're looking at, you can find any information you want on YouTube, but you can come hang out with me while I take pictures and edit them, and I can show you my process.
Yo, what's going on, Shane?
What up,
Thanks for
Shane?
joining me. One of our exclusive members. Same with Western Mass Climber, one of our exclusive members as well. Big supporters of the channel. Fishing with H saying, yo, should I do a fishing challenge and what should I do? Kyle, you're a big fishing YouTube guy as much as you are a product photography YouTube guy. What are some fishing challenges that are like popular or trending and what our boy should do here?
You have set the bar pretty high, my friend. So I think, you know what, if for me personally, I love seeing multi-species days. And you live in a place where you can absolutely go out and fish for multiple species and try and catch them all. And you know what? I gotta say that you probably know as well as I do that there are oftentimes, at least I have these days, where I was going out and I was fishing for 6 hours and not getting anything.
Yeah, I have some amazing shots, guys, that I just like wanted to make like shorts out of, and Kyle's like, nope, we didn't catch anything. You can't show any of this. And I'm like, Kyle, look, we got so much good footage. And you're like, nope.
You gotta have a fish in your videos, man. That's the biggest thing. You gotta have a fish in your videos if you're gonna post fishing videos. So as far as I can say, doing multi-species days, that's a really good fishing challenge. Like say you want to try and catch a catfish, a walleye, a pike, and a rainbow trout in a day. If you can get all 4 of those, that's super cool. People will watch that. You can also do multiple styles of fishing. So if you're doing bait casting, you're doing spinners, you're doing fly fishing, you can do multiple videos in that aspect too. You can go a lot of routes with fishing. The other thing I would say is you live in a place where there is a multitude of fish and areas to fish, lots of lakes, lots of rivers, all that kind of stuff, at least as far as I know. I've never been to North Carolina, but I do watch some fishing stuff. So I would say destination fishing, catch and cooks are really, really, really good. I watch a fella on YouTube that his handle is Northwest Fishing Secrets. So check him out. His name is Life. And he has really good videos. Some of them are an hour long, but he essentially goes out, he catches a fish, he cooks it on the spot, and he camps out in the mountains. He goes out to these crazy, crazy locations. He films himself fishing. He catches the fish. He cooks the fish. He eats the fish, and he talks about fishing and his love for the outdoors. So that is another thing that I would suggest that you can do there, Fishing with H. And I would love to see more of your beautiful area on your YouTube channel.
I'm chuckling. Oh. Do you remember that? Did you watch Silicon Valley?
No.
Like there's just a scene, and I can't even show the whole scene because YouTube. Thank you very much. But anyways,
I eat a fish. I understand you eat the fish. But when you clean the fish, you can't just leave the fish head and guts and shit. So you got to put it in the trash and then take the trash out. Do you understand? Yes, I eat the fish.
That's what I thought. That's when you said that. You eat the fish.
I have a funny story actually that kind of goes along that line. So
what's up, Activate A? And Casey Jones is here as well. Just want to say what's up to him.
What up? I went out to a place called Koocanusa, which is the Kootenays, and it's literally the border between British Columbia and Montana. So Koocanusa is the Kootenays, Canada, USA, all put together to make this place's name. It's on a beautiful lake. So anyway, I went fishing with a good friend of mine, Tyson, actually, Isha.
Hey, shout out Tyson.
So Isha's familiar with Tyson. He lived with him as well as myself for a time. So anyway, we went out camping. We catch this fish. We gut the fish. We eat the fish, but we kept the head and the tail in a cooler in his car midsummer. and it was 35 degrees out. So you can imagine it was probably 100 degrees inside of his car. And we forgot, big mistake, to take that stupid fish out of the cooler that was in his car for 3 days.
Was it shitty Cobalt?
Yes, it was.
Oh man, that car was so fucked.
Oh,
so much shit happened to it.
That thing was absolutely horrendous. It smelled
Dude, the tire flew off when I was with him. I thought I was gonna die, man.
That car was like burdened, dude. It was actually like spewing exhaust into the car through the air conditioning for a while. So anytime you went driving with Tyson, you were breathing in toxic, noxious fumes in that thing. But yeah,
Chevy Cobalt, such a terrible car because it was like new. He got it in like 2010. This was like
brand new.
Yeah, and because I met him in 2011, and like the car was already like messed up. But anyway, sorry. Back to your fish. How are you gonna take that smell out, dude? I swear that Cobalt was like. That's why it was like fishy and smelly ever since.
Get this. This is the cake of the story. So not only did his car just smell horrendous because it had a rotting fish in it for 3 days. We took this fish and the cooler inside of his car, which was really, really dumb, down to the lake. And when he made the last turn to the lake, guess what happened? It spilled everywhere inside of his car.
Emotional damage.
Pretty much permanently stinky with fish after that. Like it was like impossible to get out. And we had a 4-hour drive back to Calgary so that day. So we drove the whole way with the windows open. And funny story, he got a ticket that day as well on the way back for speeding. So when when the cop pulled him over, the poor cop had to deal with that smell too.
Jeez, man. That's just such a Tyson story. Like I like poor guy, man. Like do you remember like we'd like play ball hockey for fun, breaks his ribs, fucking go hiking, lose his keys. Like it's just like man, like
that's a whole other story. We'll save that.
Yeah, we'll save that for a different stream.
That was a good one too. That's
another fun part about doing this, guys. You're gonna get to know Kyle and I a little bit. Some stories together, but also just some of our bangers that like we've told each other 100 times. But that will be fun. Some of them we might have to tell like the censored version, but
yeah, absolutely. We'll see. So to answer your question, Casey Jones, is it trending to catch a big bass? Well, let me tell you something. I would like to see you catch. I called it a bass. It's a bass. I would like to see you catch a huge bass. We have smallmouth bass here on Vancouver Island, so they're not as crazy and gnarly as the big guys you guys get south of the border. But I caught a 5-pounder this year that just was absolutely a fighter. So I would love to see that kind of stuff. Now, is it trending? I don't know. It depends on how great your video is, but I would watch it.
I know a lady that left shrimp in her car for 3 weeks in the summer. That thing was totaled. I think it stunk so bad. Dude, if I was her, I would have burnt that thing. I would have burnt that thing in my front lawn.
Molotov it.
Yeah, just, we're having a bonfire, block party. We're burning this thing to the ground. And you know what? And as soon as the ashes, I mean, and this is a car we're talking about, so it's gonna take a while, but I would do a shrimp boil. I would go straight up Cajun over top of the burning fucking shrimp car. That's what we do. What's up, the Red Reaper, one of our exclusive members as well. What's up, fellas? Stopping by, showing some love. Cheers, buddy. Thank you so much for stopping by.
We love having you guys in the chat. Just so you know, it's super cool sitting here and getting to know all of you guys via this wonderful thing we call the internet.
Fishman, I caught a big bass, and I'll post the video maybe next week. It was also shot in Florida. Nice.
Oh, I want to see that. Definitely let us know when that's up. Throw it in the Discord, and I will go and check that out.
There you go. Hockey from Kyle has a ton of fishing videos already on the channel here, so show your brother those, and yeah, you guys get in touch.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Not the car boil. Not the car boil. Oh, man. Love the live chat. Keep it coming, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. We're going to do more of these streams, like we said, on the New Year's one, where we just hang out with the subscribers, hang out with the exclusive members, And I totally forgot to cast this one out to Facebook, but maybe we'll start doing that cast out to Facebook and Twitch as well, and try to bring everybody over here to YouTube.
Totally.
But back to another question I had for you, Kyle. So you talked about how you started off in photography there, and you say you're not professional, but you've worked some gigs and gotten paid for it. And I've seen a lot of the stuff that you've taken for your own projects. And Kyle's a professional photographer. He just doesn't have like a business setup or anything, and doesn't have the 1,000+ hours that everybody that some of these other pros have. But like I would say, and I'm not just saying this because I'm your friend, but like you're a professional photographer. You're just a new professional photographer. So having said that, taking everything you've learned from shadowing your friend, like you said, working some gigs yourself, what have you applied to filming now as we started off this YouTube channel, filming and editing vlogs? What has been easy and what has been a challenge thus different when going from taking photos, editing photos, and now applying that to taking videos and editing videos and vlogs for this channel? And for those who don't know, Kyle does like 90% of the vlogs on the channel, and he shoots a lot of them as well, or we'll co-shoot them if we're doing projects together. But what can a photographer take into filming, and what are some of the challenges that they would have if they had primarily a photography background?
This is an excellent question. I would say that the number one thing that I took from the photography and gaining or like adding it into the cinematography and like filming of things is angles. So in photography, you learn a lot about how to shoot something. So when you're looking for camera angles, like if you want something to look big and powerful, you got to get low, right? Or if you want to have something be the focal point, you want it center. There's also something called the rule of thirds, which I can go into in some of my future videos, and you guys can check all of that kind of stuff out. But all of those rules apply to the cinematography thing as well. So I think angles and finding that perfect shot is one of the most important things I've taken from photography. Now, the difference with cinematography is I learn something every single time that I shoot. And one of the biggest things that I've learned, and I'm still yet to succeed in pulling off every time, is getting enough footage. So, for instance, I filmed for my mom yesterday and had a fantastic time. But we
Is that up yet? Can I share that?
It's not up yet. It's coming though. So
okay. We'll talk about that after the stream.
Absolutely. But basically, I went into this place, filmed. My mom's a home stager. She owns a business called Chrysalis Creative Home Staging. So what she does is she goes into vacant homes that are going up for sale. She puts furniture in them and pretties them up so that they look better when a seller or a buyer comes to, look at the house. So what I figured out yesterday was I didn't get quite enough footage. I spent the hour filming, but I could have done things a little bit differently. And a lot of the time you won't figure that out until you get home and you're in post and you're like, damn, I could have done this. So the best piece of advice I have if you're trying to get into this kind of thing is film as much as you can with the time that you have and as many different angles. You don't want to be shooting the same thing all the time. You want to move around, but you also want to practice being smooth. So with photography, the sharpness of your shot is due to your shutter speed and your aperture. That triangle I was telling you about, that was a diamond, by the way. So triangle. But you want to focus on making smooth shots and getting multiple different angles. So with photography, you snap your shot, boom, that's your shot. With cinematography, sometimes it takes multiple shots to get what you're looking for, and that all comes with practice. And I'm still learning every single day. So practice.
Fish with H has a GoPro that can shoot in 4K, but I shoot it in 1080p. But I'll film some 4K videos soon. Kyle, we've shot a couple things with GoPros. Yeah. We haven't even used all the footage. Remember when we first shot From the Earth, who are blowing up, by the way, our friends From the Earth. So cool to see what they're doing locally, and even just like southern BC now, as they've gone to Vancouver and played some festivals in the summer. When we did our first shoot with them, we had like 2 ZVs going, we had like GoPros everywhere, and we didn't use any of that. We just used the the cinema camera.
I do set up GoPros when we go fishing with Tim. So
Yeah.
you can check out a lot of the videos on there.
I'll share
on
some
our
of those
channel.
right now if you want to talk about them.
Totally. But those ones I'll typically take 4 GoPros with. So we'll have one right at the front of the boat where Tim's driving, and we'll have 2 on either side of the back so we can get the whole boat from either side. And then usually I'll have another one either on my head or set up somewhere else where we get another angle. And then we usually have the ZV-1 as well. So, I mean, also shooting in 1080p, there's nothing wrong with that. It's still really, really good quality. 4K, of course, is a little bit better, but it takes a lot more memory and power and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, we export mostly in 1080p just because our editing programs and computers don't have as much RAM as we need to have everything in 4K. But every night, like I think like most of our shorts are in 4K. Most of our one take sessions were in 4K. But anyways, here's one of the videos we had.
Utilize your GoPro, man. I do it when I go out fishing on the rivers too. Like usually I'll either wear one on the chest or wear one on my head. That way when you're doing your fishing, especially if it's on your head, it's just going to go in the direction that you're looking, which makes for a really good shot most of the time. So especially if you catch a fish while you're looking that direction. I found that the chest one, stuff gets in the way of it, and the view just isn't that great. So my suggestion for anybody that's doing fishing videos is wear a GoPro on your head. And then, you know, if you feel like getting a really good quality 4K shot, you can use your GoPro for that. They're wide angle, but having a ZV-1 like we have, or a ZV-1 in American, you'll get everything that you want. You kind of get all your bases covered.
Oh, sorry, I was getting all the volume there, but
there we go.
Here's an example of it.
Oh, look at that. Tim's saying there's some fish.
So this is the ZV.
And he just put us down a bit. So anyway, check
Yeah, so this is the vlogging camera that Kyle has right now, and then it goes to another shot of him with the GoPro
this out.
after this.
There's a BC Harry. Yeah, this is GoPro shot. So this is the one right up at the front of the boat. And usually right beside me and to the left of Tim, I'll have 2 more GoPros set up so it's shooting this way at us while we're catching the fish. It just gives you a lot of options when you go to edit your videos later.
Dude, the fishing videos are some of my favorites that you've worked on.
They're so much fun, and I hope to do a lot more. Tim is actually moving up to Campbell River, so we will probably end up doing some fishing videos up in Campbell this summer. Is my
nice. Well, I'll have to, when I come visit in the summer, I'll have to come up to Campbell. I love going up there, and
hopefully we can do some stuff in Port McNeill as well, because Port McNeill is like unbelievable. It's like a National Geographic movie when you go. You see dolphins and porpoises and humpbacks and all kinds of stuff. Porpoises.
I just feel like we were talking about Tim. I feel like that's a word, Tim. Porpoise.
Porpoise.
I use the chest, but I have a head one too. Nice. You had all your videos on your phone. Holy shit, that's crazy, dude.
Impressive, dude. You can look up. There is a free software that you can use. If you have Mac, you can use iMovie. That's what we use most of the time. But you can also download DaVinci Resolve, and that works for PC and Mac, and it's free. So my suggestion to you, Fishing with H, would be to download one of those things and learn them, and that will help you big time. But there's nothing wrong with editing it on your phone. If that's what's easiest for you and what you're used to, then have at her. But put on the head one, dude. The chest one, your hands and stuff get in the way. Wear your head one. That way you can see everything that you're doing. Everybody else can see what you're doing. That's the way to go.
See you later, Hockey from Home. Thank you so much for joining.
Peace.
I'm going to get me a Lawrence Fish and Deep Finder too.
Oh, yeah, Lawrence. I like them. That's awesome. Cap cut. Okay, I've never heard of that, but I should check it out.
Keep the comments coming, guys. I love this, and I love like Fishing with H. You know, he joins the MMA streams here, and yeah, he's a fan of fights, but he's a fishing guy first and foremost, obviously. And it's cool that I know he's gonna see. He's one of those guys. I'm telling you, he's gonna join every single time that you're here because you're the fishing guy.
I love it, dude. We can talk fishing all day long. It's one of my favorite things to do. I've been fishing since I was a little kid. So
when are you gonna bring just like the your new camera out when you're just fishing with Tim? Are you going to take some photos, or are you just going to vlog that just with the GoPro and the ZV, or are you going to bring the new camera out?
That's a good question.
Because you can probably take some nasty shots.
I think that probably I will end up taking it out, but the thing with that is I need to get a proper gimbal for.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that might be shaky with that video, because it's super
It
sensitive.
will. Yeah, the GoPros are nice because they're fixed to the boat, so it just kind of stays stable with the rocking of the boat.
And the
but
ZV has a really good internal stabilizer, where I feel like the A7 does not for video anyway. So.
Yeah, not for video. So eventually when I get a gimbal, I will take that out on the boat with us and we'll get some really good stuff. But probably I will take that out just so I can snap thumbnails. It's a great,
good call.
great idea for that. So
while you're ripping lips.
Yeah, ripping lips.
Let's go. All right, last question I had, and then we'll let the chat continue on for a bit here, and we'll call it. So you talked about your experience, photography, everything you learned there, how you applied it to editing video. Our background, where we met creatively, was music, and both of us have edited, produced, recorded various music projects. And actually we bonded and met over me trying to slang my band's CDs at the restaurant that we both worked at. Yeah, so everyone was stealing them except for Kyle. Everyone was just taking them and not paying me except for Kyle. He bought one of each. And those are two projects that were, I mean, I have to give my buddy Gabe some credit. He was the like executive producer. He got his hands dirty a little bit more, but like those were self-recorded and self-produced albums. And that's where we bonded over music. We played music together, the band City Life. I literally
can also link that in this video. So his band at the time was called Faces Full of Glass. And there's actually a story behind the band name. And I'll let Isha elaborate on that, but they were fantastic group, and we definitely bonded over music that day when we were both working at Ricky's All Day Grill once upon a time.
The quick story is me and Gabe, who were in the band together, were helping a buddy of ours move some stuff, and it was just one of those like work vans, the big old Ford vans, and he was sitting in the front seat and I was just chilling in the back, like, you know, then there's screws, glass. It was a work van, and like they had to press on the brakes or stop sign or whatever, and I go tumbling in the van and right into a pile of glass. Like, this wasn't a huge, like, you know, Saw movie type pile of glass, but there's some glass there, and my face got a bit cut, and my buddy looks at me and he goes, "Oh, his face full of glass," and I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be
the name.
That's our band name, bro." But
they have a video on our YouTube channel that you can check out. And it's a lot. I think the whole thing was filmed in Vancouver, actually, but it's a really cool video, super catchy song, worth the watch. It's 3 minutes long, so
I'll share it in the live chat here as I ask you like it's a long-winded question, but long or the short of it, we're music guys. We were music producers and recording artists before even getting into photography and filming and editing video, respectively. So you talked about what you drew from photography into filming video and editing video. What have you brought from audio editing? Because for me, and you've taught me some stuff in photography as well, but for me, the biggest thing that I brought to vlogging and YouTube was my background in editing music. Now, I wasn't necessarily good at it, and to be perfectly honest, probably edited more podcasts out there, but audio editing is like more of my strength and was my base coming into video editing, and that's where I was able to build off of. You talked about like the filming side, the photography side. What have you drawn from audio editing, and how has that made it easier, once you get everything filmed?
You know, it's an interesting question, again, because I don't have a mic here, and obviously it doesn't sound great. So
you look
I have
good.
ordered a mic on that note. So next time that we do this, I will have a mic set up and things will sound better. But I will definitely say that audio is important because, at least from a vlogging standpoint or any of the videos that you watch, a lot of shorts, music has feeling. So that's something that you can't necessarily completely bring to life with videography, cinematography, anything like that. You almost need the music to bring out emotion. So setting levels is really important, but being able to also utilize the sound within the video as well as the music. So some of that layering stuff is really, really helpful. And being a musician and a producer myself, I produce a lot of my own music these days. It's trained me to have a little bit of a better ear when I'm looking for what I want in my video for levels and consistency, because you don't want things peaking and being super, super loud. And then you also don't want things to be too low and quiet where you can't hear them. There's kind of like a middle ground that works for all of these videos. So again, that's just practice though, I think. And actually you have shown me quite a few things as well too, because getting into the YouTube, you know, I was just kind of starting with all of this kind of thing, where you had a fair bit of experience leading up to our starting of the City Life project because of your previous project. So I think one of the things that I've benefited most from YouTube and just like music production, all that kind of stuff in general, is learning from other people. You know, it's a collaborated effort, and our channel specifically is very collaborative. Like, while I've absolutely filmed a lot for our vlogs and stuff like that, that's not to say that you didn't have part in all of that. We critique each other, and we are open and honest about our thoughts when we are filming videos and what we could do better next time. So all of our videos have been a collaborative effort, just, you know, as we're progressing. And now we've kind of found a stable middle ground where we know what we're looking for, we know how to achieve that. But again, we're always still learning and open to suggestions to each other. So I think that's a huge, huge benefit.
And we started out with some decent gear too, so it wasn't like we just like started up on our phones, and like we started off being like, okay, we have actually some good tools here. Let's maximize this before we spend a bunch of money on shit that like we're just gonna sell in 2 years because this is too hard and I'm not getting my return on investment, for lack of a better term.
Totally.
GoPros have a built-in horizontal stabilization, kind of like a gimbal. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're not as clunky. I saw a guy hook a bass. I got a Kyle slip. And when he reeled it in, all he got was the lips. There you go. That's straight up.
Okay, I have a story for you, Fishing with H, just because you reminded me of this thing. So I'm up in Port McNeill with my cousin Tim. We're fishing as we always do. We're out on his boat at this place called Flower Island. And we're fishing. We hook up into this humongous fish. It probably would have been, so we have something out here called a Tai salmon. So for those of you that are not familiar with the term, it's a Chinook salmon, or a king salmon as they're called in the States. But a Tai has to be over 30 pounds. So it is a monster of a fish. Anyhow, long story short, I fight this stupid fish for 10 minutes. It peels a pile of line out. And when I bring it back, all of a sudden, boom, fish is off. And I'm like, oh no, I've lost it. So I bring everything back in. I'm reeling. I, like, you know, a lot of the time you're fishing at like 400 feet out here. I bring the line in, and I'm not even kidding you, dude. The eye on it was this big. I hooked this stupid salmon from the eyeball, and his eyeball came out. And when we got it into the boat, and we compared it to like the 4 or 5 fish that we already had in the boat, which were good fish. They were like 20, 22 pound fish. We bring this thing into the boat, and it was like 3 times the size of all of the eyeballs that we had on the fish in the boat. So this fish would have been a Tai monster, and I lost it. So I have still yet to catch a Tai salmon. My closest was 26 pounds, and it was huge. So I'm hoping that I can catch a Tai on our channel for all of you guys to check out.
Denouncing illegal snag is all I heard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what though? You'll see some of our videos on the Campbell River. That's one of the things I just absolutely hate about the Campbell. When I go and fish there, if you watch some of our pink salmon ones, including the moonshine rod video that we have up there, I would say that easily every time that I go, in about 4 hours, I'll catch 30 fish. I'll also say that easily in that 4 hours, and out of those 30 fish, I probably catch 5 by the lip. The rest of them are all foul hooked, unfortunately, because there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of salmon going up this river. So when you pull back, you'll snag it, you'll bring it in. And the rule out here, according to the regulations, is it's not illegal to catch a fish that way as long as you bring it in, unhook it, and immediately release it.
Right.
So technically speaking, it is not illegal, but not ideal, and I don't love that. I'd much rather fight it from the lip. It's way more fun. It's not as heavy. It doesn't put as much tension on your rod, and it's way better for the fish. So I do my very best to not foul hook fish, but when you're going for salmon during the salmon run, unfortunately, that is just part of the game.
They're just so stupid, and their brains are smaller than Rufus's.
Oh man, I catch them by the dorsal fin, by the tail, all kinds of stuff, and it's just horrible. So we let them go as soon as I can, and that's it.
Let's get back to some of these comments, bro. I just remembered when you did the ice. Oh, when I sat in the snow, which was crazy. That was like in November. Yeah, it was in November of last year, and we finally are getting snow here in Minnesota. It's been a warm. Like I haven't been able to go ice fishing because nothing's really frozen yet. Just outside the cities, up north, yeah. But Denial, one of our exclusive members, asking, did Kyle get a chair?
Bro, check it out. Check it out.
Look at it, he's so stoked.
It's fancy, dude. It even has a pillow for my head.
Lumbar support too. Yeah. Cheers to Kyle's wife and his new chair. Hank, it's good to see you, by the way, too, brother. Shout out to you joining Humongous Big. That's crazy. The gamer chair is goated. Some of the Alaskan halibut get so big, says Shane, one of our exclusive members as well.
I've still yet to catch a halibut. I've caught sharks, and I've caught like all kinds of salmon, and I've even caught a skate, which is basically like a type of ray that we have out here. But I've never caught a halibut, mostly because doing this all day on the boat with a 5-pound weight sucks until you get one that's like 500 pounds, and then that's really fun.
A guy at the dollar store showed me a picture. I thought it was fake, but I looked it up, and they do get huge.
Dude, like hundreds of pounds.
How did you get talking with a guy at the dollar store about freaking Alaskan halibut? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to. Eyeballs are so yummy. Oh, on one of the because I haven't finished the newest Survivor season, but I'm watching it right now, and the auction is back. And one guy got like a mystery. It was covered, whatever, but he bid on it and got it, and it was just massive fish eyes, like this big. And he literally was like, "On Survivor, you might as well." And he like grabs it and just literally like takes a mighty chunk out of it, not just a little like he's like, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And he like slurps it down, like he's like, "We need our protein somehow." I'm like, "Jeez."
That's so gross.
Dudes will just rip across stream trying to catch a gill plate on purpose. Anyways, don't feel bad.
Yeah, I don't fish like that, dude. I try my best to follow the regulations. I'm pretty anal that way, but yeah, it's just part of the game when you're fishing for salmon in the rivers. They're in there by the hundreds and hundreds of thousands, so it's almost impossible not to catch some foully. But like I said, you release it right away, keep it in the river, and that thing will go on and turn into a disgusting zombie in a couple months and then rot to death. So I mean, they don't care.
Yeah. Sounds like hunting caribou, just a line following each other to death.
Yeah.
If only salmon had an escalator. Holy, that's a fancy one. Even we skipped right over folding chair to the Cadillac version.
Yeah, dude, my wife found it on Marketplace for 100 bones, and she's like, "Do you want it? I'll buy it for you today." I'm like, "Are you kidding?" But she saw me sitting on my Line 6 amp and looking so uncomfortable, so she...
Yeah, your poor back, dude.
It was terrible. It's not comfortable. Don't sit on amps.
Guy from Duluth has the farm shore groper.
Oh, grouper record.
He's a douche, but still impressive. Kyle's the fisherman, so like, there you go.
Okay, so I caught a grouper once. I went on a fishing expedition in Mexico, and let me tell you, I never even saw this fish. It was so big, dude. Like, the thing was probably like 400 pounds. I wouldn't have even been able to fight it. The guys on the boat basically said that typically when they get a grouper, you have to have like 3 or 4 people take turns fighting it because it take hours to bring up. They're like 400-pound fish, dude. Like they're monsters.
Damn.
Yeah. They're nuts and they're scary. And I've seen one in the water too. Another time in Mexico, I jumped off a dock at this place called Xel-Há, which is a tourist destination with water slides and a bunch of stuff. And I jumped in to snorkel. And as soon as I opened my eyes in the water, there was a grouper whose mouth was like this big, dude, looking right face to face. And I'm like, oh, get me out of here.
Shit, dude. It's like staring face to face with a massive tuna whose face is bigger than your face.
Yeah, totally. It was scary as hell.
Shane saying it was the guy at the till. I saw a guy I used to work with at the Dolly Store, and for some reason we were talking about fishing, and the cashier overheard us and showed me the picture. Just damn, dude, that's awesome. Eh?
That's wicked.
That's Vancouver Island for you. Like there's fishermen everywhere.
Absolutely, it's a big thing out here.
We got our biggest inspiration. We got City Life in the live chat here. I'm familiar with this City Life, Kyle. Tread lightly, City Life, but thank you for the inspiration. Yeah, fishing with H remembers fake cities, crazy. Survivor, Fear Factor, Survivors with Jeff Probst.
I remember Fear Factor back in the day. That was a great show.
Yeah, I Survivors for the degenerates in the live chat. It's a great show to bet on. I saw my friend's mom picks the winner like almost every year from like she has a formula for the first episode, and she's so good at making them futures bets. I saw it. I was like, no way, it was as big as the person holding it.
They get monstrous, man. They're huge, but the thing is, like when they're that big, they're not that good eating. So we on the island, you get what they call chickens because they're chicken sized, like they're about this big, you know, like. Anyway, they're like the perfect eating halibut because they're about this thick, and when you cook them up, it cooks really evenly. It's nice white meat. It's just wicked. So that's what most people go for because the big ones, they just get mushy and gross, and you don't want it.
Sounds like going out and getting drunk and waking up to the fat girl. I asked my dog how the week is going. He said it was rough. That was good. That's good. I like it. At least I'm safe inside my mind. Oh man. Well, Kyle, we pretty much got an hour here. So if you're good, I think we're good here today. Live chat. We appreciate you guys for joining. We're gonna do more of these. Like we're aiming to do them weekly. We don't really have a set date or time or anything like that, just because our schedules are kind of hit and miss. But we will strive to do these weekly. Again, Kyle, you're planning on doing more streams. Again, remind those who just joined us, because you've done a few things now that you're like back making just as much content as I'm on the channel now. You've been doing live editing sessions and just straight up live photography sessions. And tell us what else you got coming here on the channel, including your live streams.
We are going to try, and we, as in my brother, who you can check out at the Cranky Barber on YouTube.
I shared his link in the chat. We'll share it in the description of the video too. Yeah,
so go and check him out. But we're going to be doing, or at least trying to do, some live stream behind the scenes when we do these barber ASMR things. So what I'll probably try and do is set up the computer. So it won't be super interactive, I'll be totally honest, because while we're doing these kind of things, we'll be busy filming what is going on and trying to get that content. But you guys can check it out and see what the process is like behind the scenes when we're filming these barber ASMR shorts and long content videos, and some of them will be up to an hour if they've got a haircut and beard shave. I'm also going to be filming lots of shorts, so that's one of the things that we're trying to utilize on the channel, just to bring some of that quicker content for those of you with short attention spans. We're going to try and get creative with some more cinematography and some short story videos. Obviously, these take a lot of planning, so don't expect any of those super soon, but I promise you we are going to get into that. Once my record is finished, there will be some more music stuff as I'm writing. I can probably jump into recording process, and you guys can join me while I'm recording music. There's a multitude of things that I want to do. Live shows, man. We need some couch concerts. Even like four tracks. You play 4 tracks, then lead everyone to your album. I can definitely do that. there will definitely be some live couch concerts at some point, and you know what? We might even be able to get From the Earth back on our channel to do a couch concert because we love them. They're awesome, and you should check them out. They're on Spotify. From the Earth, super folk, awesome people, and they're fantastic musicians. So
yeah. So this is some examples of what Kyle's been doing. So he's going to be doing more live streams of just straight up, like I said, him taking pictures. So you see him, you can kind of see him here actually like taking the actual pictures.
So this is me setting up, like I have a little kind of studio box, a light box that helps me to put light on the image or on the products that I'm shooting. So I'll be doing more of this for sure. Unfortunately, it's kind of shaky and there's no way I can really get.
Honestly though, when we were watching it and like interacting with you, it was fucking sweet, dude. I was pumped. And then you also are doing just straight up just going through pictures and editing them live as well.
Yeah, so there will be more of that too, because I take so many photos all the time, and it's just a perfect way to sit on here and chill with all of you guys. And I can also kind of kill two birds with one stone and get my photos edited. You can see my process. So if there's any aspiring photographers that want to know kind of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, I can show you that. And hopefully I'll get a little bit more in depth. I think with these product photography scenes, I sort of have a go-to way that I edit my photos, but I do portraiture. So for those of you that aren't familiar, that's pictures of people. I also do some landscape photography, product photography. There's going to be a whole bunch of different stuff. So you can look forward to that too. If you enjoy watching photos get edited, I can walk you through those, and those are a little bit less shaky. So there's going to be a pile of stuff. And of course, you guys can look forward to way more MMA content as well, because that's the main gig on our channel is MMA watch parties and reaction videos and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to have just an absolute array of stuff for all of you that are subscribed. And anybody that isn't subscribed that's watching our channel, we were looking it up. There are 98% of you that watch our channel that are not subscribed. So if you like the content that you're finding, if you enjoy what you're seeing, whether we're doing it now or any of the other multitude of styles of vlogging and all that kind of stuff, click that subscribe button, click the notification bell so that you get notified every single time that we do one of these live streams or we are posting video, whatever it may be. And we hope you would like to join our community here.
You're going to have to learn that in Thai because it's everybody in Thailand joining us for one championship. What's up, Volcan? It's good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you guys, all of you, for joining. And I just can't wait for Kyle to start streaming more, even like just without me here. But we're going to continue doing these, like we said, once every week or once every second week, whenever we can, but aiming for once a week just to jump on and hang out. And then those two examples I showed you, I mean, Kyle, you've filmed 2 videos of you editing, and I told you before streaming here, do it live. The live chat will be buzzing. It's always fun to interact here, and we appreciate you guys. So we'll get through the final comments here, and we'll call it a night since there's hardly any MMA this weekend. I promised you guys we'd jump on here, and Kyle had the evening off. So Ishi should jump in a Bass Pro Shop when we hit 10K. We'll do something special when we hit 10K for sure. Yeah, the Zaza pipe. Oh man. A 97-year-old knows how to type. Incredible.
Wow.
Hey, my 97-year-old great grandpa was still driving. Now he stopped driving, I think, once he hit 100 or close to, because he was like, look, like, I just don't want to be that guy just to go, to go at the wheel there and cause anybody harm. But he took his driver's license test, I think, at 100 to see if he could do it again, because I think it expired or something like that. And he passed with flying fucking carpets, as our boy Ricky would say.
Unreal.
Miller
Water
or
over the fridge.
Benitez, dude, I'm going for Miller. Volcan, our boy, you're boxing, and we're closing up here, Volcan, but I'm gonna make a video on it. That boxer, that Russian guy who fights out of Montreal, he's headlining a card this week, is he not?
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I was watching World's Strongest Man today. A Canadian won.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
dude. His name was Mitchell Hooper. He won the World's Strongest Man championship.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, at least we can end on a positive. Canadian won the World's Strongest Men. Unfortunately, we didn't get to watch Tough Men, but hey, West Virginia, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Kyle, that's it. We will see them next week. Peace out, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you on the member stream.
Let's go. Oh, yeah, member stream tomorrow, guys. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one here. Smash that like button, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications so you never miss when we drop a video, so you never miss when Kyle is streaming. Peace.